And like I said, I think the best thing to do is to try to pal up with the revolutionaries. They're the ones that hate me the least out of all of the factions that that I could join. So I have to do missions for the revolution, and I have to kill their enemies dead. The death thing is a carryover from Adaka. In that game, it's destroying company property and is several million. This game is still several million, but varies depending on the class you pick. I know at least one class has a bill showing their debt, and why the others, I don't know. I know the wretch has like 99999 debt. I do know that much. So now I'm disguised as Revolution. Yeah. I'm also not very well armed at all in this. Maybe we keep the army gear on for now. So we do have tasks. I think going back to Goldwood Forest is probably a good idea. There's a lot of insurrectionists there we can kill. Also, disabling the signal jammers in floodplains and crossroads is also a pretty good idea. So that's what our game plan is. First things first, we have to find a place to live. Because otherwise we're just going to be doing this again. So, I know that there's a safe house at Black Lake. I assume that everywhere probably has a safe house somewhere. You would just have to find it. Maybe not the Crossroads. The Crossroads might be a little bit too local. But I could probably take on Black Lake now. That safe house can literally just be cleared with a single grenade. It's just I have to be very careful about killing revolutionaries. The other thing I'm worried about is that I don't actually know if I gain or lose reputation if I'm in a disguise. Because it's odd that, with the exception of the freelancers who really hate me because I tried to murder their leader, it's odd that none of these reputations have really improved, even though I have been killing insurrectionists. Alright, so I guess we're going to Black Lake again. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know how to feel about it. But we need to find someplace to sleep, and the safe house at Black Lake's the only place I know about right now. So that's where we're gonna go. I should have the tools and the ability to make that work. As long as I don't do something incredibly stupid. Probably doesn't affect your rep in the same way, since if you're seen as another faction other than yourself, then who gets the credit? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I may have to give up either my really good armor or my really good armor in order to not be disguised, so that I can actually get rep changes. There's that darn safe house up there. The other concern I have is that I don't actually know if you can clear the safe house before you get the quest to do so. I'm a little bit worried that the enemies just might respawn. I don't actually know. But we're gonna find out. Yeah, together. Some of you may already know, and that's okay. Wonder what the likelihood is that that cricket will jump on a landmine and blow it up. Nope, not yet. Let me off. I'm gonna go get I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back. I'll be back. Oh, it was so much more embarrassing than that weird. I backed off of the... I backed off of the floating... The floating island. And gravity killed me. No. No. No, it was just a long fall. It was physics. Is this, Yeah, it's that. The good news is everything here is at the bottom of the floating island. The bad news is... I need ammo for this gun. 45 cal hollow points. Yeah. Okay. What? Why are we spawning here? I mean, I'm not complaining about that, but nothing's changed. The blue thing? Oh, the blue thing reset it? Alright, fair enough. My bad, you might have told me that earlier. I just, didn't pay attention. That's my bad. But that's so good. That means that I will no longer be murdered horribly by army men ever again. Unless they find me. All right. Also, I threw a grenade and there was nobody there. But I heard people talking, so I think they were just inside the building. Thinking back to the top of the ladder, usually they're just kind of standing around outside, and you throw a grenade and they all die. That's suspicious. Oh no, it's just... It looked like a doorway. It's all good. Alright, well the good news is it shouldn't be that hard to get our stuff. I think again now, they use a different method to return you to your resting area, which suggests that they were aware of the instant death cycle, and you just managed to be unfortunate enough to fall into. There's actually a cheese to this game, not how one is supposed to play, but one can avoid death and loss by redacted. It's all good. I appreciate it. I'd rather not have spumblers. Spumblers are bad. Where's my bag? Oh no. I have to find out. Well, okay, there it is. I'm like, I gotta find out where I fell and rolled. Alright, there's our helmet. Let's grab the rifle and the stun baton. You may have to report it to the devs. By all means, if it's a bug or something like that, or cheese, then report it to the devs. They can make a decision on that kind of stuff. It's not for me to make. All right, let's do this again. Are they not here? Huh. Okay, well, free base then, I guess. Crowbar! My good friend, I missed you so much. Alright, so this is our home now. This is where we live. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I really wish I had that insurrection armor now. But here's what I'm thinking. If I wear something like this, yeah, I'll be taking a lot more damage when they shoot me in the chest. But I'll take reduced damage from headshots. 20% reduced damage from headshots, or 15% reduced damage from headshots. Is that... I don't know if that's better than going something like this. The important thing is that I don't want to be disguised. I want to be able to gain rep and progress with people's opinions. But, and I think this is just gonna be the risk that I have to take, I am going to be more vulnerable because I won't have a full suit of infantry armor. Now, here's the drawback to using the face mask rather than the helmet, is that I no longer have the tack light. But my compact rifle does. Granted, I hate... I hate the lights on the equipment, on the guns, but, you know, it's better than nothing, at least. These landmines can go in here. They'll just get me killed otherwise. Can probably... Well, the key card doesn't weigh anything. There's no reason not to keep it on my person. Hunger is a problem, but I think we'll be able to deal with that a bit. Stow these flares. We'll keep the lighter in case it's useful for something. Which, it is useful for something right now. Yeah. Cooking fire. Cook our beetle and our cricket. What if, why have it if you don't have the disguise? I mean, part of it might be because I'll wanna disguise myself later. I don't know. I just worry if I run around like this, or like or like this, then I'm going to die. I'm just gonna get shot and I'm gonna die. I don't need the magnum rounds. I don't need the shotgun shells. I don't need the 9mm. I don't really like that I have multiple guns that use the same ammo, but it's fine. And we'll sleep for 10 hours. That might have been a bad idea. I just wasted, like, all of my food. But that's fine. Day 5. Nice. You definitely want to keep this. We can break down one of our toolkits. Let's monkey around. Let's monkey around with like this and try to see how. Look, gravity could be a cruel mistress. And see how my reputation changes when we kill enemies. Because that's the other thing, right? Is that I want to make sure that I'm gaining rep from killing enemies. Because that's the only real way I'm going to be able to get my reputation up enough to get out of this conundrum that I'm in. Alright, so we're off to Goldwood Forest. Yeah, that seems to be... That seems to be the correct choice. Just kind of get a lay of the land here. I thought I heard voices. Maybe there's enemies at the bottom of the rope. Nope. Let's get rid of these landmines before I accidentally walk into one. Not that that would ever happen. Alright, we're heading back to Goldwood Forest. We're going to complete this Signal Jammer quest, and we're going to complete this this quest for the Resistance. We've gone rogue. We've gone AWOL from the military. We're just gonna join the Resistance. Vive la Resistance. And then we'll team up with Dr. Mosby, and we'll be good. We'll be good to go. And because we have that key card, in theory, we could disguise as the military and sneak into the military base whenever we want. Maybe we can steal some of their stuff and get away with it. Yeah? Yeah, that would never go wrong. Never went wrong in the past. Why would it go wrong now? Now, the current drawback is that we only have a flashlight on this gun. We're just going to have to deal with that. Plot twist, the real reason why the military hates you is because they are secretly working with the broker. You know what? That wouldn't surprise me at this point. So we know where the signal jammer is in Crossroads. Let's take a look here. -800, -1670. Yeah, freelancers are never gonna like us. I don't think so. We can try. We'll start killing insurrection boys, and we'll go from there.
I see one.
Whoa! Settle down there.
Oh.
800, 6170. Maybe you just can't get reputation in this start. That'd be an interesting thing to do. It'd be kind of a disastrous thing to do. Let's see if completing this mission and turning it in improves reputation. I'm not. Ooh. Where is he? Whoa!
Taste this!
No, I don't want to taste it.
Run while you still can.
Heal. Paste. If not, then you're soft locked. Yeah. I'm wondering if that might be the case. I should have eaten the glow sprout. It's probably just like it's important to keep in mind that these alternate starts are kind of probably pretty like early in development. So it wouldn't be surprising if it's just not something that they were planning on people doing just yet. Well, we have a good helmet and nothing else. Nice. I mean, I guess we could take this. Might as well. It would be odd for them to disable the reputation system for the military start, though. I mean, I get it. It's not what they're intending you to do with the military start. What they're intending you to do with the military start is to just, like, you know, go around and kill everybody. That seems to be the vibes that I'm getting from the military start. You think it works the same in S.T.A.L.K.E.R? I've never played S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Funnily enough. is funny. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people were in that camp. I could be wrong about that, but it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't shock me at all. Yeah, this isn't really my kind of game, but I really like what they're doing here, so that's why I keep up with it. Or that's why I've been keeping up with it. Yeah, if you check out the rest of the channel, the clips, all that fun stuff, none of them are really like this. Not many shooty games. Not any shooty games. Of course, now there's literally nobody here. This is a shooty game, alright. Dog. No dog. What a waste of ammo. Another one? Settle down, game. Beetle. Beetle, come here. Come here, Beetle. No, come here. There we go. Now we're feeling like we're in Voices of the Void chasing bugs around the room for sustenance. I don't have much in the way of ammo. We can use this gun. I actually really like this gun. This gun feels really nice to use. Now, we do need to go into the scrap depot to find the signal jammer. So we might as well do that real quick while we're here. Nice. Okay, we do have hollow point rounds. So we do have more ammo than I expected, but we're still gonna have to be careful with the ammo. The big thing for me is if we can't get rep, then yeah, this is a lost cause. But hey, we're learning, so that's an important thing to do. Wish I had a longer or a suppressed weapon. I was gonna say a longer ranged weapon, but I do have a long ranged gun. I just don't have a suppressed one. So we have destroyed some of these in the past. The last couple of times, or the last one time that I actually pulled this off, we only destroyed one of the fuel tanks. And it counted for some reason. So let's see what we can do, shall we? I don't want to give away my position just yet, because I think there's a fuel tank right over here. We can destroy the fuel tank and get out without, like, starting a fight. That would be ideal. Maybe we won't be able to. Oh. Oh, jeez. There's freelancers behind me. This is not the time. All right. All right, we're going this way. I'm sure there's probably a way up here, right?
You.
No. Not me. I'm not real. Oh. There's so much going on. Someone's shooting at me. All right, time to go. All right, full health, man. Full health. Just random buckshot. You gotta put some armor on? Psh. Why would I do that? Why would I do that when I could just run around naked? I actually completely forgot that I had the military armor. I'll just have to remember to take it off when I go to turn in this mission. Actually, no, I should make sure to take it off just so that I can guarantee that it's not an issue with the disguise. Alright, 1 of 6 destroyed. So apparently the game is going to make me destroy them all this time. That's fair. At least the loot here has respawned. Did all of these respawn too? Nice. Is there actually anything here that I want to grab? Hello? TAC headset. That could be pretty handy. I don't want to load myself down with all of this stuff, though. Not yet. Because I still have to survive. And at this point, I'm just trying to figure out if I'm soft-locked or not. Basically. I want to figure out how screwed I am. Below? We meet again. Flashlight, not useful. Not at the moment. Food could be useful, but not right now. Actually, a lot of crap out there. Alright, let's see if we can find... Stick our head out in the open so it can get sniped. They had to clean up your mess and they locked the door again? Yeah. They didn't even change the locks. Grenade. Ooh. These guys are so good with their grenades. Come on, buddy. Put your head out. Ah! Ow! Okay, I put my head out. That's cheating. You're not allowed to shoot my head. That's illegal. Ooh. There's another guy. There's another few guys over there. I'm glad they're not bothered yet. They will be, though. Yeah. There's gonna be so many bodies. So many guns just laying around. The problem is, I can't just sit here fighting the entire insurrection. Because they're just going to continue spawning. Uh-oh.
I'll find you.
Will you? Where are these other tanks that we have to blow up? Are they down in the yard? They've got to be down in the yard. There's one. Okay, the guy that was shooting me out here has very clearly moved. We've switched places. Oh. Ah! I'm using way too much of my ammo for this. 4 of 6 fuel tanks destroyed. Let's check these out. Lockpicks, I'll take them. I mean, in theory, we could leave and come back again, and the tanks will respawn. And it could just destroy the ones we already know about. But that doesn't feel right unless there's literally not 6 tanks on the map, but there probably is. I can't imagine they would do that. Is that a tank that I haven't destroyed yet? Hi. Not who I wanted to fight. Let's go around this way. Oh, I was hoping there'd be at least one over here. Ah, here's where we're at. Okay.
What was that? Help me! Hit that fucker!
But where are these remaining tanks, though? That's the problem. Could be one out here somewhere. Under the building? No. There's one. Nice. So that's 5. So we're looking for one more. I guess this would be a way in if you didn't have the key. Alright. Fair enough. It doesn't really help me right now, though. Nope. Nope. Ooh. Nice try. Are they inside the building?
One over there.
What? There's not one over here. You can't see me. Hi. You can't get to me. Don't make me laugh.
I'm bleeding. Eat this.
Did they kill all of them? That's great. Get wrecked. No, but seriously, where is this last fuel tank? It's gotta be inside the base. I can't imagine they'd hide it outside the base. I'm too way down. Drop the carbine. Drop the shotgun. That's fine. It really doesn't have a lot of ammo in it either. Alright, so there's one more somewhere. No clue where. And it's getting dark, which is going to make it even harder to see. Search based on the corners of the base. Check there. See if there's one over here, maybe. Yeah. I thought maybe there'd be one over here, because this isn't an area we've really been in that much. What corners haven't you been to? I don't know. We've just been kind of winging it. I haven't really been counting corners. Hello. Let's see. Ow, my legs. We got that one. We got that one. There's just kind of 3. There's got to be maybe a 4th one around here somewhere. Nope. 4. 5. Huh. It's probably real obvious. All right. Like, all of them are pretty close to the base. Yeah, this one's close to the base. The other ones are close to the base, and none of them have been inside, which I think is another important distinction. I really thought it would be that one. That's the obvious one to miss. Instead of looking for the barrels themselves, maybe we should look for the housing. Like, this looks like there should be one right here. Right there. But I'm not seeing one there. Or there. We're just running in circles at this point. We could go up above and see if we can get a better look from the office. Maybe there's a chance that they might be up there. Not up here, but like... within sight of here. Of course, I can't see anything from up here. Shocking nobody whatsoever. And now it's super dark. Weird. I was hoping that maybe just being up here might give me a different perspective. Now, there is one thing. There's this area up here. I've never been up there before. But that might be where it is. We follow the road out of town. Sneaky and a bit weird, but plausible. I feel like if it was around here, though, I would have seen it. I mean, I might be wrong. I might be an idiot. I mean, I am an idiot. But barring that, beyond that, it is another part of the base up here. Unless it's in the most sneaky place in the lumber yard. Out in plain view. Everyone's an idiot. You can't be smart until you've learned from being stupid. Yeah. Well, this looks safe. It's this way. I feel like I'm walking to my doom.
Who's there?
Nobody.
Shoot.
I really tried really hard to not waste all of my ammo. Oh, no. It's a nice scoped gun. I might take that. Where is that scoped gun? This one right here? That also uses 45 cal? That we don't have. much of any of. Ammo might be a problem. All right, let's get out of here. Sounds like death? No. No, it's fine. Sounds like friendship. There's probably more stuff in that little offshoot base, because it seemed like a pretty important area. But at this point, I just want to... All of this is just to see how broken my rep system is. All of this might free for naught. I have grenades, right? Yeah. Get wrecked. Thanks for the ammo, sucker. That's a freelancer, I think. Let's just go this way. Let's not worry about the spooky sounds. Surprised this game doesn't have a modular attachment system. It might. Someday. That could be something that they would add with, like, they already have crafting. Get wrecked.